Hello everyone. Not launching right into a montage. I'm going to have to think about the montage a bit. Good thing is, as I talked about in the Crash Bandicoot episode on Friday, if you watched that, is I now got a 6TB video drive, which means I have room for recording lots of footage. I don't have to worry about making space for stuff. I don't have to be conservative with how much I record at once. It's much better. So, first things first, I'm going to do some of the bottom layer so I know what I'm doing to start with. Now, I can't remember if I mentioned, I think I did last episode, that this is a 4-chunk farm design, but there are actually 6 slime chunks here. So, I'm going to build it with a mind to the fact that I may choose to expand it later. I probably won't bother, but I might. So the 2 extra chunks are that one and that one, which I will double check, and the part I'm about to build I may rebuild off camera if I've got that wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's that chunk there and that chunk there. Now, in terms of the building materials, these are the things you need for each layer of the 4x4. So the materials for a golem, it's raining, the sandstone, the red sandstone, which I'm going to use normal stone slabs for in the interim, the sand, the cactus, blah de blah de blah. This is for 4x4, not 4x4, god that would be huge, 2 chunks by 2 chunks, 4 chunks, 1 layer. So I'm going to build it with that in mind. I'm going to have the hoppers going that way rather than that way on this piece, so that they don't go into that chunk. Likewise, I'll do the same over there. And this is going to be a red chunk, and that will be a yellow chunk, and yellow chunk and red chunk, so that I have yellow chunks there and there. And so I will have more yellow chunks and red chunks overall if I do 6, meaning I have less red sandstone to get if I choose to expand. Practical thoughts. Right, so the first layer is on 7, which means it's going to be there. Right. Yep. So let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I don't need to count this because it's just going to go across to the wall. There's going to be a gap in it. Bedrock. There's going to be a gap in it where the ladder is, and I'm going to leave that there for the time being so I can get up and down. But so I'm going to start with that. And the other thing I need to do to start with is work out where the golem's going. Now, did I put these towards the middle or towards the edge? Doesn't really matter. Towards the middle, I think. Might be worth doing it. No, it doesn't really make a difference if I do it towards the middle of the edge. Let's go towards the middle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then move across into this section. And that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. So it's going to be 8 across here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this block here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 from the corner, which means it's the 9th one, which, yeah, good. So this is where I need to put that. So I'm gonna, I guess do, no, I think I can go into time-lapse after this. I just wanted to establish the position of the bottom layer so that I didn't build it at the wrong height. So I guess that means it is time for a time-lapse. So there we go, that is entirely done. That took 2 hours, almost exactly. And in those 2 hours, give or take, because some slime spawned while I was going around after I'd finished, it produced this many slime balls, which is not bad for 2 hours. Considering for approximately 1/5 of that time, there was only 1 layer. For 1/5 there was 2 layers. For 1/5 there were no layers. So, you know, it wasn't exactly operating at full capacity. And I was in the area, so I was stopping spawns on the layers. I was on an immediately the one immediately below me, and so it's not bad. That means it's, you know, it works at a decent rate. So the next order, I don't like these stone slabs, but I needed to put something in. I'll gradually replace these with red sandstone as I can be bothered to harvest the sand to craft it. But yeah, so 5 layers, 20 modules essentially, 4 chunks, 5 layers, all done. Next order of business is to get the hoppers going into dropper towers. It's safe to say there is not room under here for water streams. I mean, it might theoretically be possible, but it's just going to be too much of a pain to do it. So, yeah. It's going to be dropper towers. Whether I will... I mean, I've got options. I can either do dropper towers all the way up into a water stream at the top like I had in the test world, or I can do water streams around each layer. That would use more ice, but fewer droppers. Considering I need to use packed ice really, just as a precaution because ice might melt. It is definitely 8 here, yeah. I think I'll do 4 dropper towers. That seems the most sensible way to do it to me. And then the water stream will be up at the top. Now, I need to get some slabs here. So, I still haven't decided what material I'm going to do for the walls. I might... That'd be a lot of andesite. I don't know if I've got that much andesite. I probably have, but I wouldn't want to count on it. The key order of business is going to be to hollow out the space for each dropper tower redstone unit at the end of each chain of hoppers. Should I pull the walls down now? No, I'll leave the walls for now, so that I know where they are, so I can work behind them. I don't accidentally build something where the wall's going. But I'll need more hoppers. I'll need a bunch of droppers. I am going to get on with preparing that, and maybe do the whole thing before I come back. I don't know. We'll see. I had to build a cobble generator for this because I needed 200 droppers and I had basically no cobblestone. And that's the problem with using a silk touch pick as your main pick. Anyway, just doing the last one of these, so 50 droppers on each side. And I just go up like this. Fairly straightforward, just building the towers. I decided to do 4 towers because it wouldn't save me any redstone, really. And it would have saved me, I guess, 3/4 of the redstone I spent on droppers, which is 150 redstone, so I actually would have. But redstone's not hard to get, especially once we actually get around to doing the witch farm, which hopefully will be fairly soon. Hopefully. Nearly done. This is the last floor, and I just need to go up to the top. It's dark here, obviously. You're not going to be able to see very well. I can see what I'm doing well enough to finish this off. It's a bit gloomy, I imagine, on YouTube. Nearly there. And obviously that will be the compressed ice when I come to put the water track in, but for now, stop. But for now I'm just putting a solid block there. So I've got a chest at the top of each tower. You can't see them from here, I'd have to go around, but there's one there, one there, one there. I can show you this one. There it is, look. And that'll do for the moment. So let's just gather up all these materials. Did I get pretty close? I roughly guessed how many torches I'd need. I wasn't that far off, 20 left. Let's leave that one going and come back to it once I've checked the other three. Because the other three will be fine because they'll have gotten through all their stray items that they've sent up. Plenty of slime balls just from building this thing so far. Are you not done yet? Well, I'm going to wait for this to all go through and gather up all the materials coming through it. Oh, the sun's coming up. I'm going to go down to the bottom to try and despawn anything that's up here, and then I'll move on to the next stage of this, which is, I guess, going to be going and getting some packed ice. Okay, the ice is all in. 2 stacks and 8 blocks. Packed ice shop was completely empty. It would only have cost me 1 diamond because it's a diamond for 3 stacks. But it's completely empty, so I had to go out and find the portal to the Ice Spikes biome, and I'd got about just under 20 stacks. So I've got plenty of packed ice. Still pushing some stone through the system. I tried to flush the system through with slime balls because I had to flush it through to retrieve my sea lanterns, because I went through and replaced all the sea lanterns with jack-o'-lanterns. Texrat popped on the server and reminded me, because he'd watched the last episode, that sea lanterns are transparent blocks, and so slimes can't spawn on top of them, so jack-o'-lanterns are solid, and so that will improve the spawn rates. And also orange goes with orange and yellow, so you know, it's fine. The sea lanterns look nice, but this maybe not quite as nice, but it does go. So anyway, I'm not going to put the water in yet. That's partly because our ladder's right here and I need to move that first. I'm going to have the ladder and the entrance on that side. Well, no, I guess the entrance will be there. So maybe I want the ladder on this side. After I've faced all the jacket, doesn't matter which way they're facing, it doesn't matter if you can see the Sl1pg8r logos in them. But either way, it's going to be one of those 2 sides because it can't be that side or that side because of the extra chunk. I might do it this side just to avoid the lava I know is down there. That should be an issue. whatever. One side or the other. And then once I move the ladder, I'll do all the other stuff, and then I'll get the water in. Water will be the last thing I do, really, I should think. Of course, the other thing is, I need to bear in mind... I'll have to well, I can come to that. If I do expand this farm, I can redirect the water around the chunks. That's not a problem. I could even just run it through the air above it, but that wouldn't really... No. I'd redirect it around. I mean, the point of this is the slime balls will just go round and round. If the chests are full, they'll just go round and despawn. No point putting in a disposal system, really. So that's this done for the moment. It is a working farm. It's not completely tidied up, but it's working. And its rates are decent because of the lighting up I've done through the caves. Obviously not perfect, but not bad. So I think I want to have... Let's do something else for a little bit. I think it's about time I got my nether tunnel done, don't you? I mean, it'll be fairly straightforward. I'll probably just cut it, come back and show you it done, but assuming I've got enough materials. I'll probably have to go and mine some hardened clay. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do next, so see you in a bit. Right, I haven't started building yet. I've been redesigning. Now, when I first designed this, you may recall it was quite plain. And this part's still plain. I've taken out the blue stained clay and put in purple because it goes with the purple better. It's less contrasty, but still provides, you know, a band of colour that's not quite the same. This is me getting aesthetic with my building. This is unprecedented. I've changed the spacing of these to every other one. And then up here it's every 4, which is because of what's going to go underneath, which is a track, which will be... I suppose it doesn't actually matter how often that's powered because you can't see what's powering it. It's going to be levers under the floor like that. I've got black glass here. I tried purple, which was way too vibrant, and brown, which just meh. So black works. Still got the nether brick stairs. And then I've put some design into the walls. So we've got end rods for lighting. I mean, this floor is entirely spawn-proof by design. I've got the glass and I've got the stairs. Over here, stuff could spawn. This is the only part of the tunnel stuff could spawn in. Meh. So every 4 blocks, we've got a pair of end rods. We've got another brick behind. We've got a bit of pillar in the corners there. We've got this design. I think it's quite nice. I might adjust it. Not sure about up here. I definitely want something on sort of the off alternating thing in the middle. And I'm thinking I have my banner there. I might not, because that would be quite a lot of banners. So I might leave that out, but it does add something. I don't know. I'll think about that. I'll build it without the banners to start with. But yeah, these stairs, I've been trying a few different things up here with the purple and with nether brick. Nothing I've entirely liked, so I'll go with this for the time being, I suppose. And maybe fiddle with it some more. If anyone's got any suggestions, then by all means comment that. And there'll just be this repeating 4 blocks long segment all the way down to wherever it ends, which I don't know how long that is. So each segment, well, I'll talk about the other thing here. The rail will go under here. This is not a solid per block, it's actually stairs. So that you can go through it with your head in it and it won't damage you. Stairs, stairs, and then you'll come out under here. Obviously there doesn't need to be a block there or there because it'll be hidden by the wall. So the track will come under here and it'll come along here. And there will be a station so that you can come in here. So if you come on foot, you'll come in there. If you come via the track, you'll come in here. I think that's a good way to use this thing, because at the moment this thing only goes down this way to where I've been mining. So that is all coming together. That is the design I'm going to go with. It's heavy on the purple, of course, but that is fine by me. So I'm going to make a start on this. I don't know how much of it I'll get done, but I will certainly start doing what I'll get this part done at least. Try and estimate the numbers. Work out how much stuff I need, especially the clay. But I'm going to get to work on that. And I'll see you when I've made some progress. I am really running low on chorus fruit. I mean, I had most of a double chest. I've used most of that up. I've made progress on the tunnel though. I've got the vast majority of the tunnel done. I've done about as much as I can with the materials I have to hand. Right, I'll show you. I just want to talk briefly about Minecraft videos in general. I think I've talked about this in the past, I'm sure I probably have. But it bears repeating now and again. That Minecraft videos, the length can vary quite substantially. I mean, the last 2 episodes were shorter than I would like. It shouldn't be a matter of routine that they're that short. But obviously don't always expect sort of a half-hour plus video like I do for most of my series, because Minecraft is a lot more time put in than you see. This video is probably not going to be half an hour long, but it's probably going to be close, 25 minutes plus, because I'm coming to the end of it now and I think of something else to add. Anyway, enough rambling about that, I just thought I'd talk about it. I haven't done these sections up here, because I'm still not entirely happy with that part of the design. And also because I'm low on chorus fruit, so I'm leaving it for the moment. But everything else, apart from the glass, is done. I put the banners on every one of these initially. I haven't got the banners all the way down, I'm just trying it out at the moment. And it was a bit much, so I thought every alternate one seems to work quite well. I like that. It's not overbearing. It adds a bit of detail, it adds something to look at. It looks fairly cool, but it's not too much like every single one would have been. So I just need to finish off those, get the glass in. I might do that before I finish this episode actually. The glass should be straightforward, it'll just take a little bit of time to get all the ink sacs. You need to despawn and go away. I haven't done anything about the rail yet. There's no station at this end, there's no station at my hub end. That will be something I will do later. It might have been an idea to do this entire tunnel in a separate episode, because I've essentially done 2 projects in one episode, which means I've done myself out of another episode, sort of. But I don't want to just do one thing in an episode because of that reason, because then I'd feel like I'm being stingy for not a very good reason. I don't know. It would make sense to do one project in one episode and maybe have shorter episodes as a result, but I don't want to go down that route, sort of. I don't know. I mean, I'll regret this when I come to do something later and don't have an idea for an episode, I'm sure. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to have a look at this glass and see if I can get enough ink to do it. How much glass am I going to need? I'll be back in a minute. Whether or not I've done the glass, the next clip will be the end of the episode, so see you in a second. And there we go. All done. Let's try out the rail. So I shouldn't take any damage going through that. No, good. And here it is. I've decided to put the banners every 4 pillars. I've got just enough banners for that, and it also spreads them out even more. I might come back and do every other one if I get more banners, but that'll do for now. So apart from these sections up here, it's finished, and apart from working out... yeah, that's an oversight. I need glass there. But there we go. That is my tunnel more or less done. I still need to work out the station at that end. I still need to do something at this end to tidy it up where it's going to join up to the main tunnel. This does come exactly to here, so I could have another one of these, which means I'd have to redistribute them. The problem is then that it's 42 pillars, which means I'd have to divide 41 up neatly, and I can't because it's a prime number. So that's a bit of an arse. I might end up having to do, I don't know, I'll work something out. But anyway, I need to do this end eventually to sort of connect it up to the main tunnel. I need to work out a station at that end, but other than that, and these sections up here, the tunnel is essentially done, and I am happy with that. So, that is going to be it for this episode. If you've enjoyed, actually I'm going to ride back so I'll get the minecart back over where it started. If you enjoyed the video, remember to leave a like, share, favourite and comment, help support the channel. But these ones are all fine, and then that one's follow me on Twitter to stay updated what's going on, and subscribe if you want to see more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.